Welcome to EasyEuge, the channel to help you to learn maths super easy, super fast. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to subtract all sorts of decimal numbers. So if you're ready, let's get started. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click like on this video. And make sure that you watch all the way through to the end for question of the day. Subtracting decimal numbers. Let's start with a nice easy question like 0.7 minus 0.4. Now you can see these are decimal numbers because they have a decimal point somewhere in the number. So we have to be careful about the order when we are subtracting. So the question is 0.7 minus 0.4, not the other way around. So let's make sure we write that down exactly as we read it. 0.7 minus 0.4. The trick to subtracting decimal numbers is to make sure that you keep the decimal point in alignment between all the numbers, and that helps to keep the decimal place value correct. And then we go straight ahead and simply do what this symbol says, subtract. So we have 7, take away 4 is 3. The decimal point just moves straight down below the line. That's it right there. And 0, take away 0 is simply 0. So there's our answer, 0.3. Nice and simple, and a great introduction to subtracting decimal numbers. So let's make this a little bit more tricky. What would you do with this one? 0.95. Subtract 0.4. Well, the first thing we do is write down the first number, 0.95. And we are going to subtract 0.4. Remember to keep the decimal points stacked above each other. So let's take away 0.4 and then we'll draw our answer line. Okay, so before we start, I've noticed there's a blank space here. When you're subtracting decimal numbers or working with decimals, when you have a blank space, you can simply put in a 0. And now let's go ahead and subtract. 5 take away 0 is 5. There we go. 9 take away 4 is 5. The decimal point just moves straight down. And 0 take away 0 is 0. So the answer is 0.55. Moving on again to the next question. 5.34 take away 3. Now you'll notice that 3 isn't a decimal number at this point. So we'll need to turn it into a decimal number. So let's start by writing the first part down. 5.34, there we go. And we're taking away 3. We need to turn this into a decimal number. So 3 is the same as 3.0, and it's also the same as 3.00. And then we'll draw our answer line. And then we do what this symbol says, subtract. 4 take away 0 is 4. 3 take away 0 is 3. The decimal points just go straight down. 5 take away 3 is 2. And there's your answer, 2.34. And finally, let's try 4.9 take away 0.42. Let's see what's going to happen. So we start by writing down the first part, 4.9. And then we'll do our takeaway, 0.42. 0.42. And we draw our answer line. Now this time there's a space up here. The last time we had a space down here. So 4.9 is the same as 4.90. Now let's simply do what this symbol says, subtract. So this is 0 take away 2. Now this is quite tricky because we can't take 2 away from 0. So we have to borrow 1 from the neighbour. And I have a video called Subtraction to help you to learn how to do this. But let me show you. I need to borrow a number from the neighbour next door, number 9. So I'm going to borrow 1 from the 9 and give it to the 0. And that 0 becomes a 10, as I have taken a 10 off the 9. So if I take away 1 from 9, the 9 becomes an 8. Okay, so I've borrowed 1 from the neighbour next to me, and I've moved it to here, and I brought that number down by 1. Now I have 10, take away 2 is 8. 8, that used to be a 9, it's now 8. 8 take away 4 is 4. The decimal point just moves straight down. And 4 take away 0 is 4. And there's your answer, 4.48. In this next example, I'm going to start by using the rounding approximation method before I go straight into doing the calculation. So we have 7.93 take away 2.12. So that is definitely a decimal subtraction question. But before we start, let's have a look at this 7.93. What number is that close to? What could we approximate that number to, or round it up to? Round it up or down? 7.93 is very close to 8. So I'm going to put a wee approximation symbol there. It's approximately 8. It's about 8. And this 2.12, it's approximately 2. It's very close to 2, isn't it? So it's approximately 2. So if I have a number that's approximately 8, and I'm going to subtract a number that's approximately 2, my answer then should be approximately 6. So before we even start to work out this decimal number subtraction, we know the answer should be about 6. So we'll use that at the end as a check. So let's get straight into it using what we've learned in the video. So you start by simply writing down your number, 7.93, and we're going to take away or subtract 2.12, and you draw your answer line. And always keep the decimal points vertically above each other. Keep them in a straight line to keep your decimal place value correct. And we'll go straight ahead and subtract. 3 take away 2 is 1. 9 take away 1 is 8. The decimal points just move straight down. 7 take away 2 is 5. And our answer is 5.81. It's very close to 6. So our approximation helped us to check that that answer is correct. If this answer was 58.1, we would know then that we have a problem. We've made a mistake writing it down. Welcome to question of the day. What is 26.75 minus 1.4? So this is a decimal subtraction question. So remember to use what you've learned in the video, and the trick is to keep the decimal point in the same place, and then simply go ahead and do your subtraction. If you have any blank spaces in there, remember you can put in some zeros. So let's give it a try. When you get your answer, leave your answer in the comments of the video. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again in the next one.